Test, test, test.
Look how tiny number two is. Number two is eighth grader. So you could put these. The reason why I got these like this, Alex, is you could literally put those on the over on the scoreboard, score clock over there, and you could read them. Okay, yeah. What's that? Oh, I can see it from there. Yeah, yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh, on my knee. Let's see. So if I so right so how, can I do it so I can just do 2 points at a time, or you gotta click it? You gotta double click it. Okay, so left is Pembroke. Okay, so let's see. So I go here. All right, where's that button? Right here, right there, and then I hit. I gotta go to update. Okay, okay. Oh wow, I didn't realize I could use this thing on my knee like this. I could probably do that. Okay, cool. I don't even need my reading glasses. Oh, here goes Messerly. I should get a big capital letters. Fuck you. I know that. I know. I know. So this team's really not playing with Dakari Moss tonight. Wow. I wish I wish you could actually. Is that why you don't really put them on all the time, all the way? Because you can't really hear, can you? Yeah. I know exactly. Yeah. This is like I think this is my fourth start watching the game now. I watched them in semifinals, finals. I'm sorry, semifinals, and then oh, so third Is that all the Cal Mum seniors right there?
The starters for the visiting Indians tonight. Number 11, Paige McCarroll. Number 12, Emily Weaver. Number 13, Paige Burley. Number 15, Macy Boss. And number 32, Faith Wood. The Indians are coached by Mr. Pete Pereno. Now the starters for the Dragons. Number 2, Serena Calderon. Number 11, McKenna Johnson. Number 13, Casey Wirtz. Number 14, Megan Conabear. And number 32, Emily Peters. The Dragons are coached by Mr.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cal Mum High School, where we have the Class C crossover game on tap for you tonight. Alex Brasky alongside Chris Metcalf for the Batavia Daily News. Chris, big news tonight. Yeah. Pembroke without Dakari Moss, MVP of their sectional championship victory.
Yeah, wow, I just can't believe that. I mean, MVP, not here, certainly not suited up, and the rumor was that she was not feeling good when she won the MVP, and it looks like she's going to be home missing this one as well. And that's, you know, you hate to see that happen this time of the year, Alex, but huge break for Keshequa.
Obviously, we know sickness has been in the news even before the most recent news. The flu wreaked havoc across the Glow region, and we wish the best for Dakari, as she's a big part of this Dragons team.
Huge part, Alex. In fact, I watched her in the quarterfinals against Warsaw. She absolutely dominated that ball game. Had a great semi as well, and obviously being named MVP of the championship game against Letchworth on Saturday shows you just how far she's really came this year as a player. Just a beast out there. They're going to miss her tonight, no question about it, because this Keshequa team is very, very talented.
And we'd like to remind those of you viewing at home that this broadcast is brought to you by Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union at TVFCU. You can count on us. It's Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union right behind Wendy's in Batavia. So here we go, Chris, ready to jump it up. And we're underway here. Keshequa with the first possession of the game, rebound, and it's good. Faith Wood getting things started for the Indians. So a good start for Keshequa as Pembroke looks to answer. Calderon. Serene Calderon gets her own rebound. Three-pointer from the corner, no good. Long rebound goes to Casey Wirtz, another second chance opportunity.
Yeah, it's too, without Moss in there, you wonder how many rebounds the Dragons are going to be able to get. They've already gotten 2 offensive boards.
Nice give and go from Wirtz to Calderon. Calderon with the Dragons' first bucket of the game. And I think you'll see Casey Wirtz play a much larger role in this game due to the absence of Moss. Wirtz gives the Dragons a bit of size inside. A starter normally, but maybe will be called upon to increase her impact tonight. There's a nice take to the basket. Paige McCarroll. A nice fast-paced start, Chris.
Yeah, nice cut right there by McCarroll. This team's got a lot of seniors on it with Keshequa. They're loaded with seniors and talented players. And there's one of them with the ball right now.
And that's Paige McCarroll, scored the last bucket for the Indians. Gives it away to Macy Boss, another senior. Back to McCarroll. No good. Rebounded by the Dragons' Emily Peters. And here comes Serene Calderon. Calderon led the way for the Dragons in terms of scoring in their championship win And now without Moss, I'm sure you'll see her be uber aggressive tonight.
Nice move right there.
Nice take from McCarroll. 4-point lead for the Indians. There's Emily Peters with the ball. She can really shoot it for the Dragons, but a good look inside to Serene Calderon, no good. Great defense by Keshequa early.
Yeah, they're known for their defense, Alex, no doubt about it. If you play for Coach Pete Rhino, you better be able to play defense.
Oh, looked like good defense there, but called for a block is Megan Conabear, a senior for Pembroke, getting the start tonight due to the absence of Moss.
It's going to be 2 free throws for Burley. Paige Burley, 2 Pages on this team. Paige McCarroll, Paige Burley.
Paige Power.
Peyton Powers.
But I said Paige Power.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Paige Power, for sure. There was a girl last year who played from Peyton Powers. You had me confused.
Yeah, I confused you.
But both of them are actually, both Pages are actually seniors. One of them was the MVP last week, Paige McCarroll, and Paige Burley was on the all-tournament team as well.
First free throw's good. And 1 for 2 from the line goes Burley.
You can tell right now, Alex, Pembroke's a little out of sync right now without Moss on that floor.
Especially offensively, where they like to dump it inside to her and kind of run the offense through her.
Yeah, she does so much on both ends of the floor for Pembroke. You just can't help what the mindset is with these girls right now from Pembroke going, where's Dakari?
Getting to know them over the years, I'm sure they're tough enough to absorb it, but I'm not sure they'll have enough in terms of production to absorb it. Oh, nice move from Calderon. A nice kick to Johnson for 3. No good. And that's what Pembroke's going to have to do. They're going to have to knock down their outside shots, Chris. Air ball from Keshequa goes back to the Dragons.
And speaking of defense right there, Emily Weaver, number 12, is guarding Serene Calderon. It should be a good matchup to keep your eye on. Calderon just made a sweet move the last time she had the ball. But Weaver's...
and you saw Weaver just check out of the game, likely due to the fact that she's chasing Serene Calderon around the court.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the strategy for Keshequa, just sub every 2-3 minutes and make sure that Serene Calderon doesn't get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, could be right there. Pete Rhino, he'll go pretty deep with his bench this year for Keshequa. He can get 8-9 kids out there playing together. Here comes a 3.
A little pump fake there from Johnson. Nice ball movement from the Dragons, but a travel from Calderon. Another sub in the game for Keshequa. Julia Wilkins, the freshman.
Is that score right? 8?
I'm not sure, but let's go with it. We have a discrepancy between our score and the score up top because, I believe they missed that second free throw. But here comes Calderon. And she finally may get the Dragons going with that layup. But we'll check on that, Chris. I'm sure they'll check on that in between quarters. But our game clock here says 8-4. And there's 3:29 left in this first quarter. Forgot we didn't have the clock on today. I'll do my best to keep you updated in terms of time. So 3:26 to go here in the first quarter. 8-4.
The one thing about the most concern I have with Moss not being out there is when Coach Funky likes to go to that press, and Moss is a nice part of that press. It's going to really affect the defensive strategy for the Dragons.
As Airly Schwarthofer gets it taken away, but good hustle there from Calderon. Draws a jump ball, but ball goes to the Indians. So we have Pembroke, the Class C1 winner, going up against Keshequa, the Class C2 winner. Both won their championships at Gates Chili this past weekend, this past Saturday. Nice look inside, but that's going to be a travel. Pembroke head coach Ron Funky, longtime Pembroke head coach, has spent time coaching the girls program and the boys program, has led the girls to their first sectional title in program history and now back-to-back titles. It's a turnover by Pembroke. So 2:42 to go here in the first quarter, 8-4. A little miscommunication there from the Indians, but doesn't hurt them. Is able to get it away in a 3-ball, no good. Rebound. And that's no good. Rebound to Calderon. Here comes Pembroke. Calderon to the rim. And she's fouled.
I think that's going to be a key right there. Calderon's going to have to get to the basket. She's going to have to draw some free throws, what she just did there, and she's going to have to be super aggressive tonight. And I'm sure that at some point, so will Peters.
So Calderon now at the line. Yeah, there's no doubt, Chris. If Pembroke's going to win this game, I believe you're going to have to see Calderon go for maybe 20-plus here.
I agree.
And not only that, she's going to have to find a way to get some of her teammates involved. So a big task in front of Serene Calderon tonight to lead this team without Dakari Moss. Nice look inside. Can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound. McCarroll, and it's good. 2 minutes to go, first quarter, 9-6. So I think you were right, Chris. I think they did have the score wrong, but now they've corrected it. So look at you, Johnny on the spot, Chris Metcalf.
Wow.
There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, first time for sure.
So a 3-point lead for the Indians, 1:46 to go here in the first quarter. Look inside, but there's a foul. Like I said, 1:36 to go here. Pavilion ahead of Elba, 13-7 after the first quarter in the Class D crossover game. So the Lancers, 4-time sectional champion, may be being pushed to the brink by the Gophers. Nice take there inside. And Keshequa's rolling early on, 11-6.
And just to let our listeners know, Alex Brasky picked that upset, or looks like it ain't an upset right now. He did pick Pavilion to win that game. I thought he was crazy.
The thing that I saw is Andover, who Elba played in the final, made it real tough on Elba in that game due to their size. And what does Pavilion have?
They got size. And they got some youth, too. 2 freshmen in that starting lineup.
Yeah, they'll be around for a long time, you'd think. So here's Johnson driving to the rim. A nice take, but she can't finish. So Pembroke doing a good job weathering the early storm, but they got to get some of these easy looks to go. And another jump ball that's going to stay with the Indians. And Chris, when you're without one of your best players, you got to make open looks.
Yeah, you got to convert on those for sure, because you don't get many open looks against Keshequa. What a cut.
A nice cut to the basket. Rejected. Casey Wirtz. What a defensive play from Casey Wirtz.
Good hustle play by the Indians to get the ball back.
And that's a jump ball. Or one of the officials signaled a jump ball, but it's just a shot clock reset here.
Okay.
Good take. Looked like a charge was taken. Look at Casey Wirtz, Chris. Casey Wirtz, 2 good plays in a row.
Yeah, that's a Burley foul right now. Just her first, though, so that's gonna be okay for if you're a Keshequa fan. Paige Burley will need to stay on this floor if Keshequa is going to continue to be successful, though.
I said it at the beginning of the game. Casey Wirtz is going to have to come through for her team, especially defensively without Dakari Moss. She provides that size inside and that toughness. And there's Wirtz to the basket. What a stretch for Casey Wirtz.
You called it right there.
Almost taken away by the Dragons, and now it is Casey Wirtz. 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Calderon with it now. Calderon to the basket, and she gets it to go. Serene Calderon beats the buzzer and pulls Pembroke within 1. So 11-10 at the end of this first quarter. We would like to remind those at home that this broadcast is brought to you by Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union. You can count on us at Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union, 10 Jefferson Square in Batavia. www.tvfcubatavia.com, 585-343-5627. And you know, Chris, at TVFCU, everyone loves their low loan rates, but it's really the expert staff that everybody raves about. I'm sure you've heard about that. They have a great staff there at TVFCU. Recently shot a commercial there. They were very helpful during that process, and they sponsor our high school sports show, which airs weekly on Friday nights.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a part of that, watching that commercial with the mascots from the GR kind of showed up and did some funny things. And from what I heard, this commercial is going to be one to watch.
So we'd like to thank TVFCU for sponsoring this broadcast. But, Chris, what a first quarter. Yeah. Keshequa came out red hot, but Casey Wirtz, in a matter of about a minute and a half, she had a block, she had a steal, she had a bucket on the other end, and then another steal.
Yeah, made a huge impact the latter part of that first quarter, no question about it.
And Serene Calderon with the buzzer-beating layup pulls Pembroke within 1 to begin this second quarter.
Keshequa was on the verge of maybe pulling away a little bit there until Wirth got involved.
Johnson can't get that to go, hustling after it, but the Indians come up with it. Good defense there from the Dragons. Offensive foul. Paige Burley, another foul on Burley, Chris.
It's going to be her second, Alex, and that's not good. We'll see what Pete Pirino does there. He's not liking the call over there. Very animated, and they're going to get Burley out of there right now.
How about that defense from the Dragons, just throwing up the hands, putting her in jail. Calderon to Wirtz, jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Schwerthofer. Out to Johnson. All the way around to Wirtz. Pembroke will reset. Near over and back there, but good hustle by Emily Peters. Nice bounce pass to Wirtz. Can't get it to go. 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, wow. Right now, I'm Pembroke. If I get another chance at this offensively, I'm going right at Burley. Try to draw that third.
3 ball. And
Weaver.
It's good. What a three-pointer. Emily Weaver.
Ooh.
That's a big shot, Chris.
Wow, big shot. Emily Weaver, who will be in the Livingston County News Hot Corner this week. Class valedictorian, I found out. 3-sport standout athlete. Good scholar athlete, obviously.
Good kick out to Johnson.
Ooh.
Can't get that to go. Good hustle from Peters to get the rebound. Calderon for 3. Count it. What a 3 from Calderon. Another big shot for the Dragons. Serene Calderon and Casey Wirtz carrying this Dragons team in the early going. 3 ball. Emily Weaver knocks it down. What an answer.
Not known for her three-point shooting. She's knocked down 2 in a row now. I gave her some hot corner kudos here and maybe a good karma.
Johnson, nice pump fake and go. Oh, but McKenna Johnson just has not been able to get the roll tonight.
What a move on offense, though, to get herself free.
If she can start to finish some of these, boy, oh boy. Picked off by Peters. Here come the Dragons. Calderon resets. Inside to Johnson. Ball goes out of bounds. Save to Peters. Peters for 3. No good. 4:50 to go in the second quarter. What a look inside, and what a finish. Keshequa up by 6. Travel called on Schwarthofer. Subs coming on for both teams.
Both fan bases getting real loud right now. Awesome atmosphere here.
Yeah, and Chris, we were talking about the crowd. It wasn't that big to begin with, but I think it was a late arriving crowd, and now it's got a lot of energy. Good look inside, Weaver. Nice block by the Pembroke defense.
This is a big 4 minutes for Keshequa right now with Burley on the bench with 2.
They've done a nice job handling the momentum gained by the Dragons, though. Still lead by 6 and make it 8. Libby Benner.
Only an 8th grader right there, Alex.
Calderon lost handle on it. So Chris, Pembroke had that big spurt, but now they start to struggle offensively, and a turnover by the Indians will help them tremendously.
You know, a little footnote on Keshequa's championship win on Saturday. All seniors scored points. There wasn't one underclassman that actually got a bucket. We've had a couple here tonight already score for Keshequa.
So here's the Dragons trying to find the bucket. New player on, Isabel Breeden. Has it go out of bounds, but off of the Indians. So a few players that you didn't see much of during the final. Megan Conabear and Isabel Breeden already getting time here in the early going for Pembroke. Peters looked inside to Calderon, but she threw it out of bounds. Nice little hook shot, but Benner can't get it to fall, but a nice rebound by Faith Wood, and she's fouled. It's going to be ball underneath to the Indians. 3:10 to go here, second quarter. 8-point Indians lead. Megan Guy, a nice pass inside. Good inside out for the Indians. Pump fake, another good pass. Rebounded by Wirtz, but it's taken away. Sloppy possession here, and it ends in a travel. So Pembroke fortunate there as the Indians had a few chances at it. 2:50 to go here in the second quarter. 8-point lead for Keshequa. Calderon to the basket, no good.
I'll tell you what, Calderon is so quick to the bucket. I'd just keep going to the bucket if I was her. She's tough to stop.
Tough thing is Keshequa doing a nice job defending without fouling.
Yeah, really, Burley's the only one with any foul trouble right now.
That's going to be, go ahead.
Head coach Pete Perino, if he can finish off this quarter with Burley with just the 2 fouls, he'll be really, really excited going in the locker room.
Weaver tried to go off the dribble. Instead, she kicks to the corner. Taken away by Calderon. Serene Calderon to the basket, and it's good. 6-point game now. 2:10 to go in the second quarter. McCarroll reverse layup off the rim. Taken away from Calderon. Nice rebound by Breeden. Here come the Dragons on the run. Good defense there. Flying in was Julia Wilkins, the freshman for Keshequa. Substitution now as Benner goes out and Macy Boss checks in for Keshequa. Patience shown by the Dragons here as they kick it out to Breeden. Fires up a three, and it's good! Isabel Breeden, the freshman, for three. So that's going to be big, Chris, and Pembroke takes it away. Calderon traveled. One thing during this game, Chris, sharpshooter for Pembroke, Emily Peters has not had a lot of room to shoot. So if another shooter, such as Breeden, can get going, that will greatly improve Pembroke's chances offensively. Three ball from Weaver, no good. Rebound to McCarroll. McCarroll inside. Nice pass, nice finish. Julia Wilkins.
Yeah, there's no question that Peters was on Coach Perino's scouting report. He's watched the last couple games where she's just lit it up from the outside, and I'm sure that's part of the game plan is to not let her shoot open. Someone's near her at all times.
So under 30 seconds to go now in the second quarter. There's a foul called on Keshequa inside.
And that's really one of the benefits, again, with Moss not being here if you're Keshequa, because she does draw so much attention that Peters usually is wide open on those shots.
Absolutely right.
They got to play him honest today.
Wirtz. Around the horn to Johnson. Too long. Fighting for the rebound. Jump ball. That's going to go to Keshequa. 8.6 seconds to go here in this first half. 5-point lead for the Indians. This is a big possession coming up, Chris.
Yeah, this is huge right here. If they can convert here and take a 7-point lead instead of 5. Let's see.
Deep three. No good. So we're going to go to the half. Reminder that this broadcast is brought to you by Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union at TVFCU. You can count on us. 10 Jefferson Square in Batavia. We'll be right back with the second half. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Calamum High School. Getting ready for the third quarter of action of this Class C crossover game between C1 champ Pembroke and C2 champ Keshequa. Pembroke without star player Dakari Moss, Chris, and it's certainly played a big role here tonight.
Yeah, it sure has. You can tell that Pembroke is definitely looking for Moss down there on the block where she's been the last several years. Also looking for her as a defensive stopper in the post, but she's not around. And Coach Perino from Keshequa is not complaining.
Another thing that Pembroke has struggled with is getting Emily Peters open. Good job defensively by the Indians. Peters, the Dragons sharpshooter, and that lack of perimeter offense has greatly diminished Pembroke's ability to take the lead in this game. So 7:30 to go here in the third quarter as Keshequa starts this third quarter with a jumper from Paige McCarroll.
Tell you what, if this lead gets up to double digits, Pembroke could get in trouble, especially with the defense that Keshequa plays.
Macy Boss guarding Emily Peters very closely as she finally gets room and knocks it down. Emily Peters, that's what she's going to have to do. She's not going to get many of them, but when she gets them, she's got to knock down those open looks. Taken away by Breeden. Here's Isabel Breeden all the way to the basket. What a finish there. Nice, strong finish. And Pembroke now within two.
And I'm sure there's someone back in Pembroke rooting real hard right now that these girls come through.
Nice defense from Calderon. It's knocked out of bounds. Breeden, the freshman, with 5 points in this game, Chris, and a big steal there.
Yeah, and huge 5-0 run right now for the Dragons. I had just said that, with the 8-point lead, it looked like another bucket or so. Keshequa might run away with this, but Pembroke must have heard me.
Another great post entry there by the Indians. I've been really impressed by their post entries tonight.
Well, Coach Perino's been around for 40 years. He's been running that a long time, that particular inbounds play right there.
Good defense there from the Dragons. McCarroll, no good. Rebound to Wirtz. Peters looks inside to Calderon, swatted away. Nice block there from Megan Guy. 3-ball from Breeden, no good. Chased down by Johnson, gets it to Peters, wide open. 3!
Whoa! Peters, you called it, Alex.
Pembroke has taken the lead, and listen to this crowd behind us, Chris.
Yeah, going crazy. And I tell you what, 2 open looks from Peters. She buried both of them.
Weaver, who's been hot for the Indians, can't get that to go. Here come the Dragons.
What a move.
Calderon.
Wow, what a move right there. I tell you what, whatever Coach Funky told these kids at halftime, it is working. This is a different Pembroke team right now.
Excuse me, I had a frog in my throat there. Wirtz to the basket. Oh, and she can't get the finish.
I mean, it wasn't but a minute ago, Alex, we were talking about Keshequa maybe putting this away.
So 3-point lead now for the Dragons as Burley is fouled and she'll head to the line.
Looks like Coach Perino is going to come to the bench here a little bit, try to get a spark here. What was just, a 7-point lead is now a 3-point deficit for the Indians.
Burley gets the first free throw to go. 2-point lead now for Pembroke. Is our man Doug McFarland now in the house, Chris?
Oh yeah, Doug was over at the over in Mount Morris for the Elba Pavilion game, which now Elba has taken a lead on Pavilion.
Yeah, torrid comeback there from the Lancers. They were down, 6 or 7, and they came all the way back to take a 5-point lead, I believe, at the half. Missed opportunity there from the Dragons. One-point lead now. Emily Weaver. There she is. If she can get back going, the Indians will be mighty happy about that as they regain the lead here. But Calderon goes right to the rim, draws the foul, and has an opportunity to tie the game here.
Usually when kids are in my hot corner that week, something happens and all this crazy stuff. They have, hurt an elbow, hurt a knee. She's already knocked down. Weaver's knocked down 3 threes. Yeah.
There you go.
A little hot corner karma for Emily Weaver.
Calderon, money from the free throw line, excuse me.
Probably looks like one of the best free throw strokes I've seen from girls in a long time.
Yes.
This kid, I just jinxed her, but
she's automatic. Look at that.
I've done it all year. What?
The old announcer's jinx from Chris and myself. It's Keshequa now back with the 1-point lead. McCarroll, open 3. Ooh. Off the back iron, kicked around, rebounded by Weaver. 3 ball, no good. Another rebound for Keshequa. Julia Wilkins, the freshman, gives Keshequa the 3-point lead. 3:32 to go, third quarter. Timeout, Pembroke.
Woo, this crowd from Keshequa is going crazy.
Back and forth we go, Chris. And once again, this game brought to you by Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union. You can count on us, Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union, 10 Jefferson Square in Batavia, right behind Wendy's, www.tvfcubatavia.com. So, Chris, back and forth. Pembroke looked like they were going to seize control, but no. The Indians come right back.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, this Pembroke team is very dangerous, even without Moss, with some of these shooters. This is probably going midway through the third quarter here. This Keshequa team doesn't usually give up 30 points that quick. Shows you how talented this Pembroke team is with Moss.
So here are the Dragons out of the timeout. They'll have possession, 3:30 to go in this third quarter. Calderon like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, she is tough when she goes to the hole like that. Very good player. It's going to be tough to keep her off any all-star teams.
Good defense there from Peters, and it causes a turnover. One thing I'm impressed with this Pembroke team, although Weaver has been able to knock down a few threes, their closeout defense, their ability to close out quickly on defense is very impressive, this Dragons team. Very athletic and fast, this team.
They haven't pulled out the press yet. You got to wonder at some point if they're going to, or they just don't feel comfortable without Moss in the lineup.
I think you're right. As that's an offensive foul, it'll go back to the Indians. But I think you're right about that, Chris. I think they just don't feel comfortable without her in that pressure defense, because she is definitely the feature point of that defense. So 2:50 to go, third quarter. 1-point Keshequa lead as they look to slow things down here. Taken away by Pembroke, but it's a tie-up. It'll stay with the Indians.
Another shout out to the officials. Not only these guys tonight are doing a tremendous job too, but what a great officiated tournament we've had this past year.
That's guys and ladies, that is. 2 male officials, 1 female. One of them, Larry Redband, longtime Alexander tennis coach. 3 ball from Calderon, no good. But yes, the officials have definitely done a nice job tonight and throughout this tournament. McCarroll thought about firing that one up. Instead, she gets it back. Misses. Rebound to Calderon.
What a great job by Calderon boxing out Burley on that.
Coast to coast, and she draws the foul, does Calderon.
I tell you, watching Calderon with the box out on Burley on that was just textbook.
Her ability to attack that ball off the glass, one of the best jumpers you'll see in Section 5 girls basketball, can really leap with the best of them.
A heck of a jumper in the spring too, right?
Yep, and her brother was as well. Soren Calderon, a nice pole vaulter for Pembroke. But yeah, I believe you're right. I believe she does jump.
Yeah, she does.
So once again, bring up the Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union. You can count on us. Everybody loves our low loan rates and our low mortgage fees, but our expert staff at TVFCU is really what everybody raves about. Give us a visit online at tvfcubatavia.com or stop in 10 Jefferson Square. That's behind Wendy's in Batavia. You got an update from Elba, Chris?
No, I didn't. I was looking for one. Our boy Nate Ryder's at the game.
Choking on the updates. Calderon gets the first one to go and ties the ball game. Calderon, 1 for 2 once again. Taken away by Johnson. Who to go off of? Off the Indians. Great defensive play there by Johnson, and Pembroke will regain possession.
You won't see any lack of hustle in these Pembroke Dragons, that's for sure.
Jumper from Peters. 3 for 3. Emily Peters finally making a difference here in this third quarter as Pembroke leads by 2 with 1:30 to go in the frame. Weaver off balance, but gets bailed out by a foul call. Not so sure about that call.
Oh, so they must have called that just a 2.
Yes,
Okay.
that was only a 2. I'm sorry, I held up
Okay.
3 fingers to
Got
you.
me confused.
What I meant was 3 for 3. I believe she's
yeah,
3 for 3 on
she is
jumpers.
in this half for sure. I don't even know if she took a shot the first half. Did
No,
she?
I don't think so. She couldn't get any room. As Weaver knocks it down, I don't think Coach Funky was very happy with that call either. Looked like it was a low hand check call. As Weaver gets that one to go. Tie ball game once again. One thing that I thought would hurt Keshequa is they really don't have that one player they can go to at any given time, but boy, they do it by committee as well as any team I've seen this year.
You know what? Right now, Pembroke's doing an excellent job on Paige Burley. One of their top scorers has really held her in check today.
Good take to the basket, McKenna Johnson. And I say that Burley's had a fine season, but previous season she's been forced to play relatively behind Peyton Powers, whereas Pembroke's star players have had plenty of experience leading this team.
Well, absolutely. Love the way this Pembroke team moves the ball. Reminds me of Calmum boys last night.
Calderon with the ball rolling around, able to get it off the frame here. My apologies. Calderon to the basket. She's too good at sometimes, Chris.
She's really, really good. You're right.
And she's only a junior.
When she dribbles, she keeps that ball very low. She doesn't dribble high. She has really great control, ball handling skills.
And a charge. Looked like a charge, but no call. Apologies, my microphone cord fell out there. Looked like a charge there, Chris. Looked like Calderon was in perfect position, but no call, no harm, no foul.
Yep.
Pembroke heads to the fourth, up by 4. So Pembroke may be starting to find their stride here, Chris, and boy, right at the right time. They've struggled to find that offensive consistency throughout the night, but one thing they haven't lacked the ability to do is watch Serene Calderon just drive through defenders all the way to the basket and either finish or draw a foul.
I don't have to really look at this stat, but I bet Keshequa hasn't allowed 38 points in 4 quarters, let alone 3 this season. This Pembroke team, without one of their top players, is just playing lights out offensively. Especially, that was a beautiful third quarter if you're Pembroke.
Yes.
Boy, they tremendous move the ball, and everybody's touching it. Calderon takes over.
It's amazing. It's amazing what seeing a few jump shots can do for the whole offense. And once Peters started to hit those jumpers, I think you saw a big change with the entire offensive attack for this Pembroke team. And listen to that crowd behind us. Quick jump ball call there, and then we'll go back to the Indians. Casey Wirtz hit the deck, a lot of contact, and no call on that either.
Can't help but think if Dakari Moss is watching this game right now, Alex, knowing that they can get this win for her, she'll be ready to go for the next game. This would be a huge win for Pembroke without Moss.
Skip pass. Taken away by Calderon. Here she comes like a speeding bullet. Calderon puts Pembroke ahead by 6. And the Pembroke faithful cheering, "You can't stop her," and the Indians have not been able to as this game's gone along.
I know I can't stop her. She's quick.
I can barely keep up with her with the camera. So 6-point lead now for Pembroke.
Now this is I think about the third time I've seen Calderon this year, and this is as good as I've seen her play, and she's played really well in the other games as well. She's a nice player.
You know what, Chris? I don't think McKenna Johnson, Casey Wirtz, Emily Peters, or Calderon have missed 1 minute of this game. I believe they've been on the floor the entire game.
Makes a lot of coaches look smarter, don't it?
And when you have players that are willing to sell out like that, another chance for Keshequa. Rebound goes to Wirtz. Calderon now. Calderon. Around the horn to Breeden. Can't get it to go. Inside out, Weaver.
Whoa!
Weaver cuts the lead in half. She has been mighty impressive tonight, Chris. Maybe the MVP for the Indians here tonight, Weaver.
Oh, there's no question. No question about it. Really good defender. Has hit
big
4
shots.
threes that I know of.
Breeden for 3. Rebound to Wirtz, but throws it out of bounds. Calderon saves it, but saves it to the Indians. Here comes Keshequa. Kicked by Johnson.
You know, both Calderon and Weaver are both hurdle champions in sectionals. I'm pretty sure. I know Weaver is.
You know, another thing I've noticed in this game, Chris, I don't think either team has called a timeout.
I don't think they have either. You're right. Probably nothing the coaches can tell them. They know what's going on this late in the season.
Travel called on McCarroll. I believe she did take the steps before the contact, but you're right. There was a lot of contact. But how often do you see that, Chris? No timeouts, I believe, from either side, but definitely has a lot to do with the experience on the floor for either side.
I mean, this game's only an hour old, and it's late in the fourth quarter here.
Yeah, third quarter it seems like. It's going to be out of bounds, called on Wirtz. Her back looked to be on the line, and the Indians will take over.
Larry Redband didn't make a lot of friends right there from Pembroke.
Right in front of the Pembroke crowd. .5:30 to go, fourth quarter. 3-point lead for Pembroke. Weaver. Rebounded by Johnson.
Boy, that one looked good too, Alex.
I think the top might have come off this place when she made that one, Chris. Calderon kicks it to Breeden. Bang! Isabel Breeden, her biggest performance of the season in the Dragons' biggest game. What a performance from Isabel Breeden tonight, Chris.
Yeah, she's hit some big open shots.
Rebound to Calderon. Kick out to Peters, wide open. Can't get that one to go. First miss of the day for Peters. McCarroll coast to coast. Nice take from Paige McCarroll. Down to a 4-point lead for the Dragons. That one nearly taken away, but Calderon able to get it back. She was able to dribble again because it was poked away by Keshequa. Looked like all ball there, but foul called on the Indians. Breeden headed to the line to add to her already fantastic night offensively. And boy, she done it in a big spot. Misses that one.
Only a freshman, huh?
3:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. Freshman Isabel Breeden fails to increase Pembroke's lead. But worth. So Chris, 3:55 to go here. We've had a back and forth game until this fourth quarter where Pembroke has led throughout. But the Indians are showing no signs of going away.
I look at this, and we do have a score. 38-33. Alba is winning at the end of the third over in Mount Morris tonight. So I look at this Pembroke roster, though. You know, I look at these juniors you got coming back. You got Calderon, obviously, coming back. She'll be back next year. Everybody's, the Peters girl's only a junior, and you got the freshman knocking down open jumpers over there. The cupboard's far from empty next year for Coach Funky.
And when you have a player like Serene Calderon, like I said earlier, that's not only a player that makes that does it herself, but she makes players around her better. She draws attention. She just does so many things for this Pembroke team. And having her come back for her senior year, that's got to have some of these coaches around the area just having nightmares already thinking about it.
Well, as well as Weaver has played today for Keshequa, there's no question the best player on this floor right now is Calderon. The way she handles the ball, sees the floor, plays defense, gets rebounds, boxes out, all that stuff.
Pembroke had trouble getting it in, but eventually they do.
And I'll tell you, again, you got Weaver playing D on Calderon, and she is Keshequa's best defender.
Peters open, air ball. It's a rare air ball from Emily Peters. Ball stays with the Dragons, though, a big break.
There's your matchup right there. You got Calderon, you got Weaver Gardner. She's going to take it to the hole. She went by her. She is so quick.
Put back from Calderon. Can't get that to go, but she takes it away and draws the foul. What an effort from Serene Calderon. Wow.
Well, we were just talking about how valuable she is. Right on cue.
Did you see her take that ball away from the Keshequa rebounder?
Yes, I did.
That's just strength right there.
And look at that free throw stroke.
Yeah, she is fundamentally sound. This has been the Serene Calderon coming out party, Chris. Everyone who's watching tonight is going to know her name when this game's over with.
Yeah, she's really good player. Just a smart teammate.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because you saw during that sectional final, wasn't easy against Letchworth, but whenever whenever the Dragons were struggling, it was Calderon who brought her team together, gave them a nice little talk, and got them right back on track. You're right. She is the leader of this team through and through, and that's as a junior with a team that has senior leaders as well.
Yeah, absolutely. She is, without question, the floor leader on this team. I don't need to see any more games than I've seen. She's the leader.
Inside to Burley, and she's fouled.
And this might get Paige Burley going right now. I don't think she's had a bucket in this second half, and she's working on a season low right now. A lot to do with what Pembroke's doing defensively in the post without Moss. Pretty special defensive performance by these Dragons.
And a big part of that is Casey Wirtz inside. That's not a great matchup for Burley. Wirtz equals her in size, and I think Wirtz maybe have a little more athleticism than Burley. Burley the better offensive player in that matchup, but I believe Wirtz the better defensive player.
Sure looks like Wirtz is doing the job tonight. And now we talk about Pembroke or Keshequa in danger right now of falling behind.
As Burley misses 2 free throws. Ball will stay with Keshequa though.
At some point, McCarroll or Burley are going to have to hit kind of get something going here. Pete takes his first time out.
And that's going to allow me to go refill my water bottle. Never mind, it's a 30-second. So we'll stay right here. This game brought to you by TVFCU, Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union in Batavia, tvfcubatavia.com. Stop in right behind Wendy's in Batavia. So we got a 6-point game, 3:05 to go. Pembroke in control, but the Indians not going away.
We'll let people know right now that this is probably our last stream of the year unofficially, but there's a small chance that Alex is going to get over to Newark tomorrow. Well, he is going to get to Newark, and if we can get ourselves a signal and get the okay from NFHS, then we might be showing you that game tomorrow night between Cal Mum and Lions.
Update from the Elba game as we get the advertisement off the screen. I'm sorry about that. As you missed a missed layup from the Indians and a jump ball. That one's going to go to the Dragons, so I apologize for that, Chris. I forgot to get the graphic off the screen. But an update from the Elba game, 44-39, Lancers in the lead, 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Great effort from Pavilion.
Sure is.
May fall short.
Wow, they are playing really well. I didn't think that game was going to be that close. A real credit to what Coach Schwanny brought and that Pavilion team's doing.
Calderon stepped on the sideline, out of bounds. Ball goes back to Keshequa.
Something tells me she was so quick that that referee might have missed that call. Come on, that can't be right.
She's like a flash of light.
Woo! Another very, very well officiated game tonight.
Awkward looking shot, out of bounds. And that was an air ball, and the Keshequa player had a chance to rebound, and she let it go out of bounds. Like they say, if you got a chance to get it, get it.
Get it, yeah. Keshequa trying to run a little bit of full court pressure.
That's one thing Pembroke does not struggle with. They're able to get the ball up rather quickly most times. They have many different girls who can handle the ball, including Peters, Calderon, Johnson, Breeden. Johnson with a double dribble. And Coach Funky not so sure about that call. And I'm not so sure either. If you call anything there, I think it was a carry, not a double dribble. Although some would say carry, double dribble, same thing.
Oh, just off the mark.
So here comes
Megan
Pembroke.
Guy, just off the mark.
And Pembroke throws it out of bounds.
Every possession right now on the offensive end is going to be very, very crucial for Keshequa.
Time running out.
Converting.
I'm sorry, Chris. Time running out. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Nice take to the basket. Paige McCarroll. It's now down to a 4-point lead for Pembroke, and timeout called by the Dragons. 1:57 to play here in the fourth quarter. Winner of this game will advance to play Chautauqua Lake from Section 6 on Saturday. I believe that game's at 3 p.m. at Rush Henrietta High School. Still a lot to be decided here, but whoever does come out on top, it looks like we got a scout exiting stage right here.
We won't
blow him up.
Go that far. He was definitely a coach from somewhere, and he's excited right now. He's impressed with both these teams.
Like you said earlier, especially with Pembroke, without, some would say, their most threatening player on both ends of the floor, and now to hold a 4-point lead after struggling initially, and it's really just been the work of Serene Calderon holding her team together and allowing the supplementary pieces to do their work as well.
Well, it's no secret. You know, you, me, and Nate Ryder discussed about this game during the tournament, and I had said once we knew that this game was going to happen, I had said that Keshequa was going to keep this thing real close. I'm not sure they're going to win it, but they're going to keep it close. Well, that was with Moss playing. Right now, Pembroke is beating Keshequa without, like you said, probably their most athletic kid in the middle. With Moss, what an incredible performance by Pembroke.
Trap defense employed by the Indians, and Pembroke struggles with it out of the timeout. That's a jump ball. Ball goes to the Indians.
That's what Keshequa does best. They do a great job of double teaming you when they have to. They're just so fundamentally strong defensively.
And I believe Coach Funky wanted a timeout there, but Larry Redband, the official, explaining perhaps why he was not awarded that timeout. What you saw there, Chris, Pembroke called the timeout, but Keshequa took advantage of it with that half-court trap. Pembroke able to get it into the front court this time. But a lot of ball pressure being applied, and that will force the Dragons to call a timeout.
He got the timeout that time.
So 45-41. Pembroke in the lead, 1:25 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Crucial possessions here from both teams. If I'm Keshequa, you get yourself a stop.
You need a stop, I think.
Need a stop and go down there and convert it at the other end. And we got ourselves a dogfight. Coach Pete Perino does an excellent job with his kids. As you see him over there, getting them all ready here for the defensive end. One thing about Coach Perino, let me give you a little shout out to him. No matter what, win, lose, he's same demeanor, he's always proud of his kids, loves coaching, and I always see that fax machine about 10:30 at night. That fax from Coach, he's the old school guy, the one coach that still faxes, Coach Perino. Win or lose. I can't tell you how many coaches, they don't like to send their stuff in when they lose. Coach Perino, he's still proud of his kids no matter what happens. And this is wife Sue over there that coaches with him.
So here we go, 4-point lead for Pembroke, 1:25 to go, fourth quarter. Been a great game, about to be a great finish. Johnson all the way around to Breeden. Breeden for three, no good. Fighting for the rebound and fouling was Breeden. And that foul is gonna send, no it's not. That's gonna keep the ball here with the Indians, as that's just the fourth foul on the Dragons.
Rasky's got his own fan club here from Pembroke.
That's actually Leroy Sr. Kyler LaCarte.
Oh!
Who just stopped in, but Emily Weaver! Huge bucket for Keshequa! Now within two, under a minute to go in the fourth. And here's that pressure defense being applied by the Indians. Johnson almost lost the handle. Johnson all the way to the basket. Can't get the finish. Ball rolling around. Casey Wirtz fighting for it. Jump ball. It will stay with the Dragons. 36 seconds to play. 2-point Pembroke lead.
The shot clock stays at 7.
Play of the game coming up. Bounce pass to Calderon. Fighting forward. Offensive foul. Ball goes back to the Indians. Down by 2. 33 seconds to play.
What a ball game. Yesterday, Cal Mum. Today, Keshequa Pembroke. Excellent environment here at Caledonia Mumford.
Now that's an offensive foul, player control, so I don't believe that will send Keshequa to the line. That will give them the ball underneath in the backcourt.
Yeah, that's correct. Absolutely.
Pembroke fans not happy with that call.
With the call. You know, but I tell you, they've been consistent. They've called it both ways. Okay, that call, he called that against Keshequa too.
And I'll be honest with you, right after that call, you look over to Coach Funky, he's shaking his head yes, as in, yes, you did commit that offensive foul. I believe she put her shoulder down a little too much and tried to fight through a standing still Keshequa defender who was in good position. And when you do that, it's an offensive foul every time.
I did a column this year. I said probably the toughest job there is to officiate girls basketball, because when you press in girls basketball, it can get kind of difficult, kind of challenging. The officiating this year, again, especially in the postseason for girls basketball, has been outstanding.
So I forgot the timeout in girls basketball this year advances the ball into the front court. So Keshequa will now take the ball out in the front court with a 2-point deficit with 33 seconds to go. And Pembroke will be looking for a huge stop here. Weaver, no good. Rebound to Peters, gets it away to Calderon, and she's fouled. And that could be a tricky thing for Keshequa. Only 2 team fouls before that foul, so still 2 more to give before Pembroke goes to the line. If they're able to gain some space, maybe they run some time off the clock.
Whatever you're doing with Keshequa, you do not want Calderon on the free throw line. She can shoot the free throw. Now, there's going to be a quick one right there.
So timeout by Pembroke, so that will advance the ball into the front court.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Pirano right now, I'm going to guard 2 kids on Calderon. Do not let her get the ball, especially when it's the 5th foul, when they're shooting.
I might put 2 on Calderon and 2 on Peters, to be perfectly honest with you.
I'd take my chances with someone else, no question about it.
But then again, only down by 2, you're still looking for that steal.
Good play out of the timeout for Coach Pirano. Had Weaver pull-up jumpers, just didn't connect. She's been the kid that's been hot for the Keshequa this game. And it's really going to come down to whether Pembroke can convert these free throws when they get the opportunity here.
And an update, Elba has held on to defeat Pavilion by 3. So Elba will move on to the Far West Regional.
Great season for the Lady Gophers of Pavilion. Fantastic. Oh!
Taken away!
Oh!
But kicked out of bounds by McCarroll. Ball stays with the Dragons. They almost got the steal they needed, Chris.
Wow, what an effort by McCarroll right there. Just couldn't get the handle on it. Shot clock is off.
21 seconds to go. The lob into Calderon. Lane to the basket, and she's fouled.
Boy, is she quick. What a play by Funky Ran right there.
Yeah, and what a great inbound pass. So 2-point game. Calderon looking to extend it to a 4-point game. 19 seconds to play. 3-point Pembroke lead as Calderon makes the first, and Pembroke will send all of its defense back to the front court, excuse me. Calderon 2 for 2. Timeout.
Boy, that kid's clutch.
Dragons.
I did say that before this, though, that you don't want to probably get her on the line, and they did. And that's could be the death of Keshequa.
4-point Dragons lead, 19 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Well, if we're going to give a player the game out, it's still kind of early because there's still game time left, but Calderon will be on the front of that list, I bet. Winner plays Saturday, 3 o'clock against Chautauqua Lake.
Against Chautauqua Lake.
Against Chautauqua Lake at Resh Henrietta, right? 3 o'clock. Any idea how Chautauqua Lake is?
Pretty good.
Pretty good, okay. Good, okay. Always got good basketball over in Section 6, don't they, girls?
Especially when you're still playing this time of year.
Yeah.
You don't find many teams that aren't pretty good still playing at this time.
I want to thank Mike Reed here from Caledonia, Mumford, setting us up today. Cal Mum, always very gracious hosts for events like this. And if I'm Keshequa right now, you just need a quick deuce. That's all you need, a quick deuce.
So here we go. 19 seconds to go. 4-point lead for Pembroke. McCarroll open for 3. No good. Rebound goes to the Indians. Can't get the putback. Rolling around. Johnson with it. Timeout, Pembroke. 6 seconds to go. Pembroke leads by 4. That could do it, Chris.
I think Moss is doing cartwheels in her room right now. She gets another shot at this, huh?
And the Pembroke faithful can feel it.
Yep. What a ball game. Absolutely. Got to be proud to beat both teams right now.
Coach Perino wanted a jump ball on that call, I believe, but instead they got the timeout off. So Coach not very happy with that call.
Tough call, you get yourself in a tough game like this. He's gonna need a miracle right now, though, Alex. Down 4 with 6 seconds left, and they're gonna need a steal on the inbounds pass. They're gonna need to trap someone and get a steal, because if you send Calderon to the line again, this game's over. Haven't got an update yet on the Dansville game. I'm waiting. I do got an update. What's it say?
21-5 at the end of the first, but it doesn't say who's winning or losing.
Well, I'm going to say Dansville's winning that one. That's awesome.
So Pembroke will try to get it in. Calderon taking it out. Tosses it into Johnson, and she's fouled.
Boy, when I saw that pass, McCarroll had a beeline on it. Just Johnson did a nice job gathering it in.
And an interesting call there from Coach Funky. Had Calderon take the ball out there, ahead by 4. You really just need to get it in that situation. Johnson misses the free throw, because if you're Keshequa, you're really not going to have time for more than one shot. I mean, unless everything goes perfectly. Johnson increases the lead to 5, 5.2 to go. 48-43, Pembroke in the lead. Looking to advance to the Far West Regional Final.
The Pembroke crowd is really rubbing it in right now to the Keshequa crowd, saying it's all over. You think it's over, Alex?
Yeah, I thought it was over about 5 seconds ago, Chris. What an impressive performance from 4 of these Pembroke starters. Did not come off the floor the entire night. McKenna Johnson, Emily Peters, Serene Calderon, and Casey Wirtz played the entire ball game, Chris. McCarroll over to Burley. Burley looking for one more heave. There it goes. Pembroke has won it. Like you said, Chris, what an effort without one of their best players. Very impressive performance from Pembroke here tonight.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Coach Funky, I can't tell you how proud I'd be of my kids right now. You really knew that they were down a big part of their team tonight with Moss being out. For them to come, and not only that, but Keshequa took the lead early and really had controlled the game early. That nice little 5-0 run late in the first quarter really kind of showed the confidence in them and that this Pembroke team wasn't going to go around. But what an effort. What an effort by Pembroke.
And that big third quarter undoubtedly spurred them to the lead in the second half, and once they got it, they didn't give it up.
And you know what? Classy moves by some of the Keshequa student body, tipping the cap to the Pembroke student body, saying, hey, basically, good luck in the States. It was a great game. Now we're rooting for you.
And nothing to be ashamed of if you're Keshequa. I think a successful season just ends a little bit short of that Far West Regional Final. But nonetheless, Chris Metcalf, what a game here at Calmum High School. My name's Alex Brasky. We've enjoyed it. It's been fun, but everything good must come to an end. From Calmum High School for the Batavia Daily News, signing off. We'll see you next time.